All right, in the last two videos, I showed you the three problems causing the midlife movement crisis and the solution. These movement patterns that rebuild your body without breaking it down. So today, I'm giving you something that you can use right now. So this is a routine that addresses everything that we've been talking about. So joint stiffness, core weakness, stubborn fat, tight muscles, and the best thing is you don't need any equipment. You can do this in your living room. All right, let's do this.
Now the first thing that we're going to do that I learned from all these masters is the power of your breathing, the power of your breath. This is also going to help lower your stress, boost your immune system. So right at the beginning, we're going to inhale through the nose, use the diaphragm, and I like to bring the arms in like you're gathering the energy, bring it up as you're inhaling. Then exhale the arms down, and as you're bringing the arms down to your sides, really engage the shoulders by squeezing the scapulas back together and lower down slowly. You're going to do this 10 to 15 times and then go into these exercises. The very first exercise is downward dog to plank. This was inspired by my master in yoga, Stefanos Kafatos. He taught us a lot in Hollywood of getting more flexible, getting pain-free. The downward dog is a fantastic exercise for increasing your hamstring flexibility, ankle mobility, and also opening up the shoulder angle. So the very first beginner modification, if you're just a beginner, we can use the chair for assistance here. Let's say if we're not too flexible on our hamstrings, we don't want to go to the ground. You're going to just step back small steps to a comfortable position, and the goal is to get the distance where you can go all the way down and perform basically a 90-degree angle here, and then popping up, holding in that plank, and back again, okay? Then, intermediate level, we're gonna take it to the ground once you get that comfortable. We're gonna start from the push-up plank. Make sure butt's squeezed, core's engaged. We're gonna bring the hips back and up. Try to open up here, create a nice A shape here. The feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width, or even wider, whatever's more comfortable. And the goal is to try to have your heels on the ground, but if you can't, you can have them elevated. We're just gonna press through and then into that push-up plank. For the more advanced ninjas here, this is where we can add that push-up. You want to get a little bit more upper body strength with this as well, which I'm a big fan of. You can add the push-up, so you're going back, down, slow and controlled into the push-up, and then repeat. And then if you're super advanced, what I like to do is add a little one-arm variation. So you just go very slow and controlled, slide that arm forward, and then back. Now notice, when you're doing the one-arm push-up, all the weight, or most of the weight, is going to be in that one arm. This one is just there to assist and help with balance. The second exercise is a movement inspired from Kung Fu training. So big shout out to our Sifu Kisu. He's the one who introduced us to Kung Fu in Hollywood. He trained us in our backyard. We learned more than just the Kung Fu and the art itself, but many life lessons through Sifu Kisu. He's inspired millions around the world with his work on the Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoon series. So what we're going to do here is transfer through some stances. So we're going to open up our hips here, increasing flexibility with the hip flexors, the upper back, the thoracic area, and we're also going to work on some fundamentals of Kung Fu. We're going to get our feet wider than shoulder width apart, a comfortable position here. In Kung Fu, you're going to want to have your toes perfectly straight, but for most of us, having a slight turnout is okay. It's actually going to help us get a little bit more into a lower position, as we'll talk about here in a second. So you're going to stay in this position, and all we're going to do first start off by clenching our fist, wrapping them underneath, so you're opening up these shoulders here, and bringing the arms with the elbows close to the sides to the hips. And all we're going to do to start off with is just work on rotating from the feet, then the hips, and rotating to one side, back to square, and then to the other. Notice I'm lifting up this heel here. This is a modification. In Kung Fu, we keep the heels down, but for this, we're going more athletic, giving you a little bit more movement here, more mobility or more range here. So you're lifting up the heels and we're just rotating side to side, turning the hips over, okay? So we're really stretching here. And then we're gonna add the punch. So we're going from the hips here, rotating the hand and fist as we're going forward into a horizontal punch. And we're just going back and forth. And then when we're more advanced, what you're going to do here is go lower in the stance. We're going to purposely go down into the horse. Then we're going to turn and rotate again, initiating from the feet, rotating the feet in the position here, and then throw that punch. Down, up, And then if you're more advanced, we can go down lower and stay in this low position. And then returning into those stances, staying low. And again, we're trying to create straight lines here. Now, I briefly went over the Kung Fu technique here. There's a lot more to it, a lot more detail, and that's gonna have to be saved for another video. All right, this third exercise is inspired by dance, ballet. We were taught by Caitlin Geyer, an incredible dancer, dance instructor. She really taught us how to align our bodies for athletic movement, improve our balance, our endurance, and our jumping power. As a beginner or even as advanced, you may find wearing socks for this to be beneficial. And as a beginner, you can have something like a chair for assistance to help balance. We're gonna stand in our first position in ballet. Okay, so we're gonna bring our feet together, lean back, put the weight in our heels, and we're gonna bring our toes out as wide as we can comfortably, whatever that spot is that's comfortable. Okay, that's gonna be your first position. We're gonna maintain this position throughout this entire exercise. The first level is this. Draw nice, smooth, controlled circles, low, basically grazing the ground and working on your balance here. Big problem here is a lot of people like to raise up their hips. We wanna keep the hips square and level here. Okay, everything needs to stay level and good alignment, but just your leg is moving, okay? Okay, the intermediate level is you're going to lift up higher with the leg, going around in circles. Other intermediate is not using the chair at all, holding in the ballet position. If you want to do the arms here, you can have the arms. And then as you improve, you're going wider, further and further. I still have a lot to work with on that. And if you're advanced ninja here, what you can do is close your eyes. This is gonna make the balance much harder. And what you're gonna do is both of these leg circles on each leg. So you're gonna do 30 seconds on one, 30 seconds on the other.
So now that you know the exercise, what you're gonna do is perform each exercise for 1 minute. I recommend start off with the beginner and then moving up to advanced as you progress. Perform each exercise one after another, creating a light 3-minute circuit. And if you're strong enough, you can perform this for multiple rounds. Also, a big shout out to the masters in the Blue 8 group for inspiring and motivating this video. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do this routine a few times for the next week. If you do that, you're going to notice less stiffness in the morning, a better energy throughout the day, movements getting easier. In this routine, see, this is just the beginning, because tomorrow I'm opening up access to everything we've created for the Black Friday sale. So you get everything from beginner flexibility to advanced strength skills, nutrition guides, joint pain sessions, all of it. This is our Black Friday event, and it's only available for a limited time. So make sure to click the link in the description and join the list. I'll send it to you when it's available. That way you can get access to it. All right, keep moving. Talk soon.